events in Sedgefield, more events in Sedgefield, and some more events in Sedgefield.
I'm still Bommel.
I'm most likely Chris.
You're listening to This Week in Sedgefield.
We've managed to reach the 15th of August. Well, I suppose this will be coming out on the 16th of August.
Yes.
Right. We've had another week in Sedgefield. I think some weeks have happened around us as well, though.
Yes. Yeah.
I would hope so. We're not going to speak about those, though. We're just going to speak about our one and things coming up in Sedgefield.
Yes. Yeah. It's got to be about Sedgefield. Because,
and you know what, Bomber?
Yes.
I think you've got to be a little bit more serious about it.
Yes.
I don't think you're taking me. I don't think you're taking our town serious enough.
Not enough at all. We have had comment that we're being far too silly. Far too silly. There's just not enough time for so much silliness.
So how would you answer that?
I can answer that in two ways. One in my normal voice,
yes,
and then the other in a rather annoying high-pitched squeal. But yes, seriously, on a serious note, what happened on this week in Sedgefield?
Okay, but wait, will you just swap back to your normal voice?
What happened this week in Sedgefield?
Beautiful. Okay, let's quickly talk about the thing that happened with me, is the sound. So thank you. If you remember from last week, if you didn't listen from last week, don't worry, you're going to get this again. We play you a sound bite, and you've got to figure out what that is and take a guess what it is.
It's not the sound of a bite.
It may be. I don't want to give it away.
Oh, okay. But it's a sound bite with a Y.
Yes.
Why?
This may be how it sounds when you bite, though. This is what it sounded like. Okay, and we've had some great guesses about that. We've had fingers drumming on the table. We've had freshly caught fish trying to get out of a container. Yeah. To which I replied,
that would be cruel.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, they flop, you know.
Yes, they do flop.
Actually, do. Well, the difficult part of that was actually catching a fish. I'm not, I'm not prone to do that, or likely to get that, really. A game of foosball, which you call slug.
Slug, yeah. That mini soccer. You know the table soccer where you bang the ball in the goal. Yeah,
foosball.
Right? No, where I come from, it's slug.
Foosball. You and your foosball. Okay, so that was also a good one. And dice as well on a table.
Dice,
and all of those are utterly incorrect.
Absolutely.
So I've actually recorded something else from it. Yes. Well, I have.
To go with the previous noise.
Yes, I haven't yet. I'm
did
going
you catch
to.
another fish?
It could be a combination.
Oh, it could be a combination fish.
There we go.
Yes.
So this is the same thing.
Okay.
Doing something slightly different. And it sounds like this. So you have no idea because
I had no idea. I thought it might have been a bigger fish. No, but not.
Stop giving it away. I'm trying so hard. Oh, man. And then do you remember the cryptic clue from last week?
Oh, I can't remember what the clue was. I think it was mother.
Yes. In a pew.
Take a pew.
Mother take a pew. And go in a certain direction.
And help us go in a certain direction.
Something like that. So let's see. We've loved
something along those. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus minus. Hey?
Yeah.
So we've loved hearing your comments on that. Thank you for all the comments and all the feedback. Thank you for the last week was Terry and Merrill who gave us you're listening to This Week in Sedgefield.
Wow. Okay.
And we want to remind you again, if you are keen for that, then please do send that along in a voice note to the number
072 516 4701.
If you heard those croaking frogs as well, then make sure that you type that in too.
Yes.
That's part of the number. Yeah, so things that happened this past week. It was the Tortoise Tough.
Yes, we had a great race, the Tortoise Tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think 400 and something people came and ran. That's aside from the fun run.
Fun run, okay.
There was fun run on top of that. So there was a 10K, a 21. We did talk about it last week.
We did, yeah.
Lots of really good
cool.
Comments on the race. People loved it. They got lulled into a false sense of security because the first half was very flat. And then the second half, this is of the 21.
Yes.
Lots and lots of climbing all over Colomaioli.
Yeah.
And up Spook Hill that we mentioned.
Man.
And people got, they didn't get angry. They just
heard anger.
tired.
I suppose they combined that angry, tired.
Yes,
so we went around to take some photos to have a look because it was just such a cool event, and seeing so many officials out and so many people out, and kind of driving along and seeing where everyone is going was really cool. But especially up Spook Hill and there on Kola Beach. There were a few comments which were unsavory.
Shame.
But the one was, when did Sedgefield get so many hills?
And we put them all in one place.
It was all on that side. So like you said, the 10 kilometer, I don't think was too ridiculously bad, but that 21K seemed like a really, really challenging one, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it was, well, it's not called the Tortoise Tough for nothing.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Okay. No, very, very cool.
And I had the tough job of doing all the announcing, which was, well, it was quite something because you've got to, people keep arriving. So you've got to say the same thing, the same thank yous over and over again.
There we go. Yeah.
And I do apologize. I had some people telling me that they heard me.
Oh,
and they weren't at the race. They were like,
oh really?
They were like 4 blocks away.
Whoa!
And the announcing started sort of 7 a.m.
Yeah, and you didn't even have a microphone.
Yeah, so apologies for waking everyone up. But yeah, it was good fun, good event. Well done, the Sedgefield Striders.
Yeah,
very impressed with how they handled it. All the volunteers very, very cool. and the businesses that sponsored it. That's great.
Oh, it was. It was a very, very cool event. So definitely going to look forward to it for next year. Yeah. But we've got some other things that are coming up in the next little bit, and one of the big ones is at the very lovely, or very nicely painted Studio42.
Yes, our own little. I mean, how can a place the size of Sedgefield have its own theatre? But we do,
yeah.
And it's wonderful. Studio42, called that way, called that name because it comfortably sits 42 people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought it was a reference to the meaning of life from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
And that's the mural outside.
Oh,
they've
nice.
got
that's the link. Oh,
there's the link.
I just love the space.
So they've got Conrad Koch. Do you pronounce it Koch or Koch? I'm sure he'd prefer Koch.
There's no ways it's Koch.
So he's the ventriloquist.
Yes.
And his most famous character, probably more famous than his name, is Chester Missing.
Yeah, so he's the one who I know, who I see on parliamentary reports and stuff like that.
That's it. He's a very politically, political satire.
Yes.
And very quick to insult everyone and everything, which is great. Yeah, he's a very sarcastic character. I think he had a few things to say about Sedgefield and on his online presence, as his social media, and lots of other places. Wherever he's going, he has something bad to say about them, but in a tongue-in-cheek way.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know if a ventriloquist dummy has tongue-in-cheek. I suppose no. Spoken-cheek. I don't know.
It's got arm up.
Yes.
Different anatomy. So that's really cool. Did you say that when the 18th and
it's coming 19th? Up on the 18th and 19th of August at Studio42. You got to book your tickets through Quicket.
Okay, cool.
Now, most people will know, hopefully by now, most showgoers will know Quicket.
Yeah.
But if you don't, just type in QICKET and do a search on Google. It'll take you to the website. Very easy to buy your tickets.
That's it. We'll also I'll put the link in the description.
Yes, that's a good idea.
So you can check it out as well. We'll have a few links in there for a bunch of the things coming up.
Yeah.
But that's really, really cool. You've started a few Studio42 shows.
Yes.
The Shakespeare one.
We did a spoof on Shakespeare called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged. And it's basically almost all, I think, if not all, of Shakespeare's plays, but done all within 90 minutes.
Whoa.
By 3 people.
Yeah. You take a breath at the end.
One very busy costume person helping.
Oh,
and the slogan is, if you love Sedgefield, if you love Shakespeare, you'll love this show. If you hate Shakespeare, you'll love this show.
Oh, nice.
Because we really take the mickey out of it.
Yes,
I swore blind I'd never do a Shakespeare show, but it's become my favorite.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it again in October. Dates to be announced.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be once off. And I knew that you were working on a little bit of it. That's cool. That's awesome. I haven't gone to any shows at Studio42
haven't you?
yet.
It's well worth it. They do some really good good stuff there.
Very keen for that. Other things that we've got coming up is anything that floats.
Anything that floats. Yeah. Wow. That's a day of fun, hey?
Yeah. I haven't been to any of these either.
Haven't you? Okay, you're a newbie in town.
That's right. Yeah. I was here for a lot of COVID, where
yes.
there was like nothing when we first landed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was anything that votes, anything that coughs.
Yes.
So yeah, we've got basically, as the name suggests, it's a time. It's teams. Pay to enter, only 350 Rand. It's all for Masatandani as a fundraiser for Masatandani. And you pay to build a float. You bring all your own stuff. None of it, apart from your paddles, none of it can be boat related.
Okay.
So you can't use a surf ski.
Not the cousin of a boat, no, not even second along the line.
Not even a distant uncle of a boat.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then you've got to build it there. So you arrive at 8.
Where's there?
There, Fish Eagle Green.
Okay, I thought so.
This is 28th of September, by the way. Yeah, Fish Eagle Green, which is on the island where all the posh people live.
Yes.
Very posh. Yeah. So you arrive promptly at 8 o'clock in the morning.
To Fish Eagle Green.
Fish Eagle Green, yeah. And you build your float out of whatever you want to. And then you do, your float is judged. You don't get to put it in the water at all. Your float gets judged on how good it is, how good your team is. They do a little song and a dance. And then you get to put it on the water and see if it does indeed float. Quite often they don't.
I would think so, because porcelain, I don't know if porcelain and the fine china doesn't float. Other porcelains, I suppose.
Other porcelains.
That sounds like a jam. I've seen photos of it, and it looks absolutely hilarious.
It's great fun. It really is.
Such a fun one.
Basically, Sedgefield apparently has the highest, what would I say, the comparative figure of retired engineers, because everyone walks around saying, well, that's not going to work, or that's going to work, or that's not going to work with it.
Yeah, it's very critical.
And most of the time they're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some huge floats that have not floated, and some that have, and some tiny things that look like they should float, and they don't.
Whoa.
Last year we had to postpone it because we had that weekend of heavy weather where we were supposed to have the event. So it was moved to a few weeks further. Yeah. And someone on the organising team,
one of the
who shall remain nameless.
Oh, okay.
Though he is the editor of the local newspaper.
One of them,
chose a date where the tide happened to be out on that particular day. When it was time to float, so it was
playing in the grass.
It was almost in ankle deep water, a little bit, but it was great because then the teams, when they did fall off or tried to sink, they could actually run through the water carrying their boats.
That's a good strategy.
We had
I suppose.
and of course the NSRI is around to make sure nobody drowns in ankle deep water, and there's Borovos rolls and coffee on sale. Yeah, it's really good fun.
And that day those floated as well.
We won the race last time.
Well done. That was your strategy.
Our team was called 4 Car Guards in a Tub.
4 car guards in a tub?
Yeah, because we had a bathtub. That was part of
You got an actual bathtub?
We got a bathtub. It was almost part of our boat. And then at the last minute, we realized, because the only bathtub we could find was one of those heavy zinc metal type jobs. Yeah. And it would have made our float sink.
Whoa.
So we
probably quite
just
heavy.
Before we launched our boat, we tossed it off and then climbed on the boat and paddled like mad.
Oh man, that sounds
But no, it was good. It was very good fun.
Okay.
Please, everyone, look out on Facebook.
Okay.
Or contact me on that number we gave earlier, 072-516-4701, and I'll make sure you get an entry form. You see, I try and get as many teams involved as possible so I can beat all of them.
Destroy them.
Destroy them. Take them down. No.
With a bathtub.
No, with a bathtub, yes.
And very, very cool.
Brush. Yeah.
Okay, and we've got one other thing for people to get a sign-up form for as we celebrate Sedgefield.
Oh, yes. That's another thing that's coming up. My goodness. A small
coming
community like this, so many events.
Oh, look at us go.
Okay.
we put bathtubs.
Yes, we do. So, yeah, celebrate Sedgefield.
What's that about?
That's the Sedgefield Ratepayers, who've become the Ratepayers organisation.
Yes.
The committee. The SR&RA.
Yes.
Sedgefield Ratepayers and Residents Association.
Okay,
so we've got a very, very active committee. And what they started last year was a Celebrate Sedgefield awards evening. So they asked people in advance to nominate people
and
or businesses that, I think the words they use, make Sedgefield shine.
Make Sedgefield great again.
That's very, no.
Make Sedgefield shine. Oh, I do like that. Yeah, that's cool.
So do you know someone who makes our town shine? Our town shine.
All of the mosaic people, I would leverage the ones with the mirrors.
So if someone does a lot of work for the community or their business goes that extra mile in promoting town, we the whole time we're talking above and beyond the call of duty.
Sells a lot of sparklers.
Can be there we go. Someone who does more than is expected of them, or some business that does more, that promotes the town well. There's Sedgefield's blessed with charities and people that quite often behind the scenes do stuff for the town.
That's what we speak about.
And just make us proud of. Yeah, we spoke about it last time, didn't we? So, but what they need now is people to be nominated. So if you go to the website, which is
srra.online.
srra.online. So no ampersand in the middle.
No,
srra.
.online.
Sounds like a seal thing. srra.online. Okay. Not a rabbit seal. Not a rabbit seal.
No, not one of those. No, we sorted those out. Have we sorted those out?
Well, they've kind of, I think they got bad publicity. I mean, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity.
But those rabbit seals.
Those rabbit seals was, they disappeared. Seemingly, we don't know.
Maybe the rabies took them out.
Yeah, could be.
The sharks didn't like it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so srra.online. We'll also put that in the description. And then
shall we? Okay.
we shall. We will, which will be me.
Yes, yeah.
I'll put it there. I'll do it all. Okay. And then we've seen on their website, which if you go on your mobile and you do it on there, it's a little bit difficult to find because they're not mobile optimized.
Are they not mobile optimized?
I mean, that's a big thing in web development, man. Making it work on a mobile. That's what most of us are looking at websites on. A lot of us are.
I don't know if it's true.
Anyway.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So if you go on there and then you look, there is a Celebrate Sedgefield tab or Celebrate Sedgefield kind of thing that you can click on. And then you can get all the forms and everything like that on there. Yeah. So we'll put that in the description. That's going to be very cool.
And the other thing, a quick mention that I must give the Melodrama again. We did speak about it last time.
Yes.
But go get your tickets for Melodrama at the Pimp My Unicorn.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That was the place.
Pimp
said
My
Pep.
Unicorn. I'm like, Pep. Okay.
No.
Didn't know Pep was doing it.
Not Pump My Unicorn.
No, none of those. That's
Pimp My Unicorn, or
the website. I got the website last time.
Oh, you got the website,
and I'll put it in the description again. I got a lot of things to put in the description. I'm not going to remember all of it.
So look at all this entertainment. Hey?
Yeah, we've got a very entertaining town.
We are very entertaining.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then there's one more thing. Which is far less fun, but probably as important, if not more. The spatial development framework, we spoke about it before.
Yes, the spatula,
The spatula.
That's what I'm going to call it from here on out. The spatula development program.
So that's ongoing. You've got to register as an interested and affected party.
Okay.
It is something you should try and get involved in if you can. Not to be involved as in do stuff, just to be kept informed. So if you get the chance,
Yeah.
The name of the guy is Henny Smit.
Ah, yes. I think he was the one speaking at one of the last meetings.
Yes, yeah.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, you were quite smitten.
Ah!
See what I did there? Sorry. Far too many
Sorry,
puns.
that was too serious. Stop it.
Yeah, far
Stop
too
it.
serious. Far too serious.
Use
Far not serious enough.
Yeah, use your normal voice.
His email address, if you want to register as an interested and affected party, or just find out more about the LSDF, the Land Spatial Development Framework.
Or you're interested in spatulas.
Or you're interested in spatulas.
Henny will help you.
hsmit@neisner.gov.za. H. Smit, H being for Henny, of course. Schmidt, but S-M-I-T, no sh, just Smit.
Just Smit.
Yes.
Smit.
At neisner.gov.za. And then I think then what they'll do is they'll put you on the mailing list. They'll let you know when the meetings are.
That'll be cool, yeah.
And it's, hey, we got to look after our town. Eh?
Yeah.
We've really got to look after our town.
Yeah.
Make sure that they don't, build a, I don't know.
A skyscraper, a single skyscraper.
Yes, yeah.
That's bigger than Cloud 9.
Yeah. I mean, we jest, but look at Mossel Bay. They've got those huge. Sorry, anybody who's listening from Mossel Bay. You have a lovely town. We really, really like it. But look at those monstrous hotels sitting on the beach, man.
Yeah, no, it's quite a thing. Hey?
All the people behind them. Where's our view? Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do like Mossel Bay. We do. On Spire.
It can just stay over there.
Up Mossel Bay.
Yeah, wonderlijk. But that is just this idea of planning out the time really holds a lot of weight. And that's where I know when it was the last meeting and it was speaking about the spatula plan, the spatial development plan, then there was a lot of wariness, because it was speaking about kind of factories and what's that area called when it's zoned for factories and what industrial, light industrial, because Henny mentioned industrial and and then it was like, whoa, what are we saying there? Because that'll change it. But it was no, we want to make sure that businesses like mechanics or people, panel beaters, who make a little bit more noise, that they go to space. It's just about being intentional about planning out our space, which will help out with land invasions, which will help out with, I would think, I would hope. Employment, that's right.
And also for locals, if you want to have your car fixed or spray painted or whatever, if you want to go and get some woodworking done, there's a small area, local artisans, so you don't have to go all the way to George or Neisner.
Because no one wants to do that.
That Kaiman's Pass, that's so terrible.
Oh, man, the traffic there, because they're still doing building and whatnot there. I generally avoid it.
It's now called the Kaiman's Do Not Pass. Really? Yeah.
You shall not.
I shall not pass. No, really, because you're stuck behind a huge truck.
Yep.
In
a single lane.
I don't know if it's the same truck that just keeps going up
May
and
very
down.
Well be. It takes very long. They carry
should
big things
put some writing on the back or something, at least to keep us entertained.
Give you a book.
Yeah. Turn the page, please.
Oh man, absolutely fantastic. All right. I think we were speaking about something else. But anyways, I wanted to say, any shops that you would like in Sedgefield that we don't have. I would be keen to hear from our listeners what they would be. I know one that comes up often is Woolworths.
Woolworths.
There are some people who would love a Woolworths, but I think
I'm not one of them.
I'm definitely not. No, I'm okay with not. But there are people who are quite passionate who drive to George and Nice.
Fans.
Yes,
especially Mr. Wool and Mrs. Worth.
Oh, they love it. But that would be very interesting to hear, kind of from this, because these are the sort of things that would come up. I would think in this planning for shops, for malls. Do we need a nice big Sedgefield mall?
No. Ah, man, please no.
So your
sorry, am I? Yeah, I'm showing my. Now look, we've got kind of two malls. The Pick and Pay Centre's a mall. The Spa Centre's a mall.
Yeah.
We don't need another. Neisner's got so many malls and not enough businesses, and that's Neisner.
Yeah. Interesting.
We could have an underground mall.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
That does sound cool.
Yeah, with an aquarium and an ice rink.
An aquarium. Oh,
an aquarium.
A bowling alley. These are fun.
Yes, yeah.
A skate park.
As long as it's underground. A skate park.
A skate park.
Yes.
I know Cleon was keen on that, and and a few others mentioned a skate park because it's looking for things for the teenagers to do, to not be to keep themselves out of trouble a little bit.
Yes.
And that is actually a really cool one.
I think a skate park would be great. Even above ground. Skate
park. That one's allowed.
Yeah. Not a snake park, a skate park.
Yes, no. Sedgefield is a snake park.
Yeah.
We're sorted on that. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. But that about does it for this week. Well done on being relatively serious.
Yes, very, very serious.
You scored a 65%, which is...
Oh, thank you.
Which is decent.
This is on a serious level. That's quite good.
Yeah, you did it. Well done.
And you too. I
you.
see you're frowning the whole way through.
Yes. There's a smell.
Oh, sorry, I'll put my shoes back on.
Is that what those are? I thought it was for anything that floats. Yeah.